Now we've got the man of the hour, Mark Hutchison. We call him Hutch around these parts. He's going to come and speak into you guys, talk to you about your business and how to grow that. So Mark, if you are there, you just let me know if you can hear me, man.
Hey, brother, I can hear you loud and clear.
Perfect.
Awesome. Hey, guys, it's a privilege to be on here. Appreciate Stephen Davies reaching out, asking me to fill in for him while he's traveling to help our team going to Atlanta with Garrett's group and then on to Denver to see Nick Greco and the team out there. So just want to give back and be able to share what I can here. I'm fired up seeing all these different names on the leaderboard. Some are names that I'm not super familiar with. As our team's been growing, we've been doing a team call on Sunday nights. And so I haven't always been able to be on this one due to other work conflicts, but just seeing a lot of these names on here and the numbers, the recruiting, the sales, the deposits in the bank account, whether those people are brand new with us or whether they've been with us for a while, here's some of the basics that we're going to talk about today that is true across the board for every single one of those people that you see out there week in, week out, just putting up the numbers that they are. The basic of what they do and what they believe is it's all the same. It's all foundational for how to be successful with us here at the Alliance. And I'm thinking back 11 years ago when I first started here, brand new, no sales experience, no insurance knowledge. It was just like, wide-eyed, like, man, this is a lot of information. This is a lot of stuff. Am I going to be good at this? Am I going to make a living with this? Is this what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life? Is it, am I going to be able to eat? Like a lot of those questions that are going through your mind or have gone through your mind recently are questions that I struggled with and that I dealt with. And having gone through it, having been on the other side now, looking back and seeing the history there, hopefully in these next 20 minutes or so, I want to just kind of keep it simple, break it down and keep it simple and know that every single person whose name is on this call right here, you can do this business and you can do it well. It's not those people on the leaderboards, they were God's gift to insurance, or, they just had the insurance gene when they were born and that passed me. That didn't come down in my family lineage. And it has nothing to do with your gifts. It has nothing to do with your ability. It has everything to do with your belief, your attitude, and your activity. It all boils down to that, your belief, your attitude, and your activity. And that's just kind of what I want to focus on here today. I'm not going to go into how to do phone objections. I'm not going to go into how to do sales, how to connect with clients in the home. I'm going to keep it basic from the very beginning that is foundational to the how-to. The how-to will come. All that will come as you're plugging in, listening, getting on these calls, going to the events. He just talked about Reno coming up in June. You do not want to miss that call. It's like if you've got the best people there that have gone before you and done this business and done it big time, why would you not want to spend a couple $100 to get out there and go see them and to learn from the best of the best and have an opportunity to meet them and ask questions? It goes without being said, or I don't need to sit here and harp on it because it's been said over and over and over. The agents that make the meetings a priority are the agents that have the success. So you want to be at that event. You want to be at all the events that you can possibly be at to learn. That's how I got better. Was I was there at the event, sitting down, taking notes, asking questions with the particular areas that I was struggling with. And then I took those answers and went back and applied it to the how or to what I was doing. And that's how I got better. Was I perfect right away? Was I great right away? No, I'm still not perfect. But I'm a whole hell of a lot better because I took what I was learning and I went back and applied it. Did I mess up? Yes, I messed up. Did I fumble things up? Yeah, I fumbled things up. Are there things that I look back and I'm like, man, if I would have known that sooner, I probably could have had more sales sooner. Yes, but all that was the experience. All that was the teaching process. And the agents that get out there and do that faster are the agents that succeed quicker and make more money quicker than the agents that try and take it and be like, well, I'll go see if I can run a couple of appointments this week and I'll see how it goes. And, oh, I got no-showed and let me think about it. Well, let me see how it goes next week instead of just getting back on the phone and going back to work. So like I said, the three things that are going to determine your level of success and the speed of your success in this business are your belief, your attitude, and your activity. Belief. Understand that this business works. It's not about does the business work, it's about do you work, and we'll get onto that in the activity here in a second. But this business works. You have to believe that. You have to believe that when you go sit in the home with a client, that you have the best options available to protect that family and make sure that they have the best resources when it comes to life insurance. You have to have that belief that this business works. If you have the belief that the business works, and then it's up to you on whether you're going to work it or not. It's real simple. See, it's one thing to say, well, I don't know if it's going to work. I'm willing to work, but I don't know if the business is going to work. You think of the great inventors of the past, the Wright brothers inventing the airplane, Thomas Edison with the light bulb. Like, these are people that were sitting there saying, I don't know if this is going to work. We think it can, we think it will, we've got to figure this out. They already had the work ethic. Hey, we're going to go work. We're going to go figure this out. It was up to the process of going and figuring out to decide, hey, are we going to have lights that can work based off of electricity instead of having to carry around candles everywhere? Or, hey, are we actually going to have a machine that can actually go in the air and transport people in the air rather than having to ride around in the cars all the time? And so there was the activity they had. And as they went and did it, then they realized, hey, the more we do it, yes, we actually created something that can go fly. We created a light. Like, yes, this thing works. Here, you don't have to go through all that. You don't have to sit there and just pour in tons and tons and tons of hours of activity, hoping that something's eventually going to work. Have the belief that this thing works, because look at everybody on this call, on these leaderboards that are out there. Most of them within the last 12 months have come alongside of us and started this business with us. And look at the numbers they're putting up. It's because they believe that the system works. They believe that we have the best options out there. They believe, and so because they believe it, they're going out and doing it. And they're doing it with an attitude of, I'm going to make this thing work because I see these people doing it. I know it works. They all say that the two things that are sure in life are death and taxes. Well, if death is certain, which it obviously is, it's like we're in a prime industry, a prime opportunity to be part of an industry that we know, hey, when people die, they're going to need the products that we have. It's not like, boom, the economy's tanking, the stock market's crashing, people's 401ks are losing, people are getting let go of jobs. What are the first things that people start to eliminate from their budget when finances get tight? Well, they eliminate things like eating out more. They eliminate things like the lawn guy. They eliminate things like TV packages. Like they eliminate the non-essentials, or they should eliminate the non-essentials, but people need their life insurance. They need to know that, hey, when I pass, because it's going to happen, this is what's going to take care of my family. So I'm not going to be a Riri and stop paying on this. I'm going to let go of the eating out more. I'm going to let go of the extra movie packages. I'm going to let go of the non-essentials, and I'm going to keep paying the essentials. And life insurance is an essential. It's the one thing that's going to pay out to your family and allow them to keep going on financially after you pass away. And because people believe that, they keep paying on it instead of letting it go along with the non-essentials. So my point is, you've got to believe that this business, this system works. It's foundational to you going out and doing it or trying. Why would you go out and try and continue to work at something if you weren't sure it's going to work? Why would you do that? You'll hear a lot of agents say that they're going out and work and not sure if it's going to work. Reality, what they're saying is, I'm not sure if I'm going to work enough to make this thing work. And they're trying to deflect and blame a system, blame the leads, blame their upline. They want to blame everything else for their lack of work ethic. And at the end of the day, if the system works, if all these people on the leaderboard have proven that this business works, this system works, my gosh, somebody on there just had $124,000 deposited in their bank account this last week. That's a hell of a week. Well, I don't know if the system works, but I guess I got lucky and had a $120,000 deposit. No, they know the system works. They're just outworking it. That's all they're doing. They're outworking the system because they believe it works. And if you believe the system works, then get off your ass and go to work. It's that simple. Let me be clear. 10 years ago, when I was on the other side of it, brand new, first getting started, yes, I had those thoughts. I had those, is this thing going to work? Am I going to be able to put food on the table? Am I going to be able to make enough to provide for a family? I had those questions, but guess what? Just showing up to the first couple meetings I went to, it did not take long to look around and be like, wait a minute, they're making 70,000 a year part-time. He's making 120,000 a year and he's a freaking goofball. He's making 200,000 a year and he dresses like that. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I looked around and I saw, hey, none of these people had anything on me except the fact that they were out working. So real quick, I started to grasp and hang on to the belief that this business works. At that point, it was the question of, am I going to work? And for those of y'all that have been around and heard me, on other training calls or at events, share my story, when I almost quit a few months into this business, it was almost, it wasn't because the system wasn't working. It wasn't because the leads were bad. It wasn't because, whatever else people blame. At the end of the day, I had to admit to myself that I wasn't working like I should have been. And because I wasn't working like I should have been, I wasn't getting the results that I wanted, the results that other people were getting who were actually going to work. And I had quit my job. So I didn't have it's not like, well, I've got a family, I've got a 40-hour job, work week job, I've got all this on my plate, and now I've got to make this work in between. I didn't have any of that. And what I had to do was I had to say, hey, this business works, I'm not working. That was it. That was the bottom line. This business works and I'm not working. So what do? You either go back and get a job, or which you're going to have to go to work, or you can go to work in a business that works. Well, obviously what I did was I said, hey, screw it. I'm going to get off my ass. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to quit trying to make excuses for why I haven't done what I should have been doing. And I'm just going to shut up and do it. And that first full year that I made that decision, after a couple months of struggling, that first full year made 75,000 working 2 days a week, 2.5 days a week. And that's not a great success story with us. There's way more people out here that have come in and in their first full calendar year, just absolutely destroyed it and crushed it and made hundreds of thousands. I'm not that success story. What I am, though, is a prime example of saying, hey, I believed that the system worked, and that's ultimately what kept me in it, because I believe it worked. I knew I just needed to go to work, and that was it. And when I started going to work, I started going to the meetings on a regular basis. I started asking questions. I started going with the intent to learn. That's when my business took off. And it's literally progressed, and we've grown income-wise every single year that we've been in the business. And my whole point, guys, is it started with a foundational belief that this system works. The system works. We've got the best resources in America to help our clients, help protect our families. It works. Now, you've got to couple that belief with a positive attitude. That's one of the 8 steps, communicating with a positive mental attitude. Like, you have to have a positive attitude. It's not, well, this business works. Yeah, I've seen people out there doing it, but man, I hate that I have to make these phone calls every week. I hate that I got to go get in a car and go see people. I hate that I got to start from scratch every week. I made good commission last week and now I got to start all over. You got to communicate and have a positive mental attitude. Have the attitude of, hey, because this business works and because I'm going to go to work, we're going to crush it. We're going to protect families. We're going to share this opportunity with people that need it. We're going to go out and we're going to change our lifestyle. My wife's like, hey, supposed to be some beautiful weather this afternoon. What do you have going on? I said, well, I'm going to do the call at 1. I've got a couple clients I'm going to follow up with. Our refrigerators on the putts. We bought this house 2.5 years ago, and the Samsung refrigerator that it came with has been starting to act up. And so we got to get a new refrigerator. Most people would be like, well, crap, where am I going to get the money to get a new refrigerator? Like, that's like going to be 2 months salary or a month and a half salary. Like, where's the money coming from? We don't have the money for it. And it's just like, my wife says, hey, what about this kind? What about this kind? What about this kind? All right, pick the color. What do you want? Like, let's go get one. And then she was like, but the weather's supposed to be nice. And you said, sometime you want to take me golfing. She's like, I just want to ride the cart with you and drink beer, So she calls up the babysitter. We're going to finish up this call. We're going to look at refrigerators online. We're going to go golfing. And then tomorrow morning, we're going to go pick up a refrigerator. And it's just like, if I had quit because I wasn't going to get off my ass and go to work, I'd be working a job right now. And had the refrigerator gone to crap like it did, I'd be stressing about where we're going to come up with the money to go to a refrigerator. And sure as hell wouldn't be going golfing on a Monday afternoon with my wife because we got a babysitter to watch the kids and she wants to go out and enjoy the fresh air and go golfing. And it's just a whole different lifestyle when you're willing to just make that decision. Hey, because this business works, because there's people out there killing it and making it happen that have way more reasons not to than I do, I'm going to get off my ass and go to work. Look at the results that come with that. It's very simple. Believe that the system works, have a positive attitude, and go do it. Go put in the activity. Now, here's the deal. You can believe it works. You can have a positive attitude and be like, man, we're going to change our lifestyle. I'm going to create something for my family that most people dream about. You know, I've got buddies that I'm going to go golfing with during the week. We're not just going to have to wait till the weekend because we got the flexibility. We've got the income. We've got the resources. I'm going to do all that. But then if you don't actually go do it, it's just a pipe dream. It's just that would be nice. It's just, oh, I'd love to have what they have, but they're actually going out and working and achieving that. So you have to go put in the activity, and the activity requires picking up the phone, dialing, calling, booking appointments, and getting in your car a couple, 2-3 days a week and going and run appointments and seeing people and helping them with life insurance. Guys, I'm telling you right now, this stack of leads right here, these are leads that have just come in this calendar year, like in the last 2 months, this calendar year. This stack of leads right here is literally from the last year and a half. I've got leads coming out the rear. These are people that are asking for what we have. They're asking for life insurance. And we got agents that will sit around and stare at the phone and be like, not today. And they're going to go do something else, and they're going to stress and they're going to freak out about being broke, but they won't do the simple activity of picking up the phone and sitting in front of your leads and calling for several hours and booking a day full of appointments or 2 days full of appointments over the next couple of days. And here's my point. If you will do that, if you will do the activity that's required to be successful and make money, which the activity is actually simple, if you'll do that, you'll get better at what we do. You'll become more confident. You'll become more comfortable with it. You won't have to do as much sales activity as you get good at it. And then that's going to allow you the freedom and the finances to go do more stuff and get more stuff if you're willing to do that in the beginning. And so, again, believe that the system works, have a positive attitude about it, and then go do it, go to work. Well, Mark, how do you make phone? It starts by picking up the phone. It starts by picking up the phone and calling. And as you call and as you get hung up on, as you get objections, as you run into that kind of stuff, then that's where you reach out for help and counseling and advice. And that's how you get better. And then you pick up the phone again and you go back to work and you fumble and you mess it up as you're trying to adjust and change what you're saying, how you're saying it, your tone, all of that. And as you mess it up, you keep practicing, you keep getting better. And as you keep getting better, next thing you know, you're booking more appointments and you're spending less and less time on the phone because you're getting better. And you can compare this to any job in America that any of you have ever worked. Your very first day on a brand new job that was brand new to you, you showed up and you were like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And you didn't sit there and say, well, crap, I don't know how to do this, so I'm just going to go quit and find another job. No, you knew, hey, I'm going to learn some new stuff, some new skills, some new I'm going to gain some new knowledge about this industry, and I'm going to mess stuff up. And there's a manager, there's a supervisor, there's a business owner that's going to be there to help correct me, to help train me, to help keep me on the right path, to help, no, that's the wrong thing. Don't do that. Quit saying that. Do this, say this, focus on this, learn. Somebody's going to be there to help guide you along the way. And you know, hey, as long as I do that and continue getting better at what I do, eventually the company's going to see that, realize it. Not only are they going to keep paying me, but they're going to start paying me more and more and more and more. You would do that at any other job in America in order to get a paycheck. Why would you not do that here? Why do agents come in and say, well, I don't know how to do this. Somebody just hung up on me. Somebody just told me that I should never call them again and hurt my feelings. Somebody just said they already got it taken care of. Well, I guess people don't need insurance anymore because they all already got it taken care of. No, you don't sit there and be like, well, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because they just hung up on me or I just got my feelings hurt. If you did that at any other job, you'd immediately get fired, quit, not get paid. And you don't, so that you can get paid, right? Why would you stop doing that here? But yet we see agents come in day, week, month after month after month, year after year. And they come in thinking, man, this thing is awesome. I'm going to make a ton of money. And at the first struggle, at the first sign of, oops, I messed up, at the first sign of, ooh, never heard that before, that didn't go well, they want to quit and they want to go somewhere else. And they want to blame everything else because they don't believe the system works. They don't have a positive attitude and they're lazy. They're not willing to go to work. And some of you might be sitting there thinking, man, he's talking to me. I'm telling you the things that I struggled with in the beginning too. I'm telling you this so that you realize, hey, he's good at what he does, but he wasn't always good at what he does. Well, how did he get good at what he does? I just went to work. I believe the system works. I had a positive attitude and I went to work. I went to work. And if you'll do those simple things, if you will keep it basic, like the how-to, trust me, the how-to will come. The how-to comes through training. It comes through audios. It comes through getting on calls like this. It comes through calling your upline and staying in touch with your upline and asking for help. Like these, several of these names that you saw on the top of the leaderboards, Mallory Barnes, Rachel Midtune, Nick Greco, Mike Guerra, like these are all people in our organization that they're all brand new within the last year. Every single one of them was brand new within the last year. Those four people, Neil Barley's another one. He's not on this call. He's one of my guys direct to me. Those people literally blow my phone up all the time, because they're asking for help and they're asking how I can get better. And guess what? As their mentor, as their coach, whatever you want to call it, their success is my success. If I'm not helping them become successful, then it hampers and limits my success. So if for no other reason, don't get me wrong, they're my friends. I've gotten to know them through this business. I love the relationships. But if for no other reason, I should be helping them get better because it helps my family with our growth and our financial stability. So why would I not be wanting to focus on helping them grow? Oh, guess what? They're taking what's being taught and they're going out and doing it and they're getting better and better. And look at the numbers you see on the leaderboards that they're putting up. Look at the deposits in their bank accounts this last week, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 in a week, because they're out there working, because they're asking for help. They believe that the system works. They've got a positive attitude and they're going to work. They all come from different backgrounds and different family situations. Some of them full-time, some of them part-time. They're all different, but the basics are they believe that the system works. They've got a positive attitude and they're controlling their activity. Those three things are all things that you control: your belief, your attitude, and your activity. And as they control that and they're combining those three things together and just doing what we do, they're out there killing it and they're growing. Guess what? I can think of people on the team that aren't making money, that are struggling, that aren't reaching out for help, that just want to bitch, moan, and complain. They want to sit there and blame everybody else and everything else. Guess what? Their names aren't on the leaderboards. Their names aren't being read when it comes to deposits in their bank account. Why? Do they believe that the business works? They're not acting like it if they do. If they do believe it, they're sure as hell not communicating with a positive attitude, keeping a positive attitude and reaching out, asking for help and going to work. You see the correlation here? Guys, this business is so simple. Like, these are people that are asking for life insurance, asking for them. Neil Barley, one of my guys that's killing it here locally, last week sold a policy for $200 a month. It was a 5-year-old lead. Her phone number was different, and he knocked on her door on a drive-by on a 5-year-old lead. Guess what she said? Yeah, I've been waiting for somebody to come help me. 5 years ago. 5 years ago. Well, old leads don't work. Well, freak, they don't work. Ask Neil Barley. $200 a month on a 5-year-old lead that he did a drive-by on because the number was disconnected. Door knocker. These people are asking for help, guys, especially in the times we're living in, the crazy world we're living in. We got I'm not going to get political, but we got a cold that's going around that they call a worldwide pandemic. They got a You got wars, you got Russia invading Ukraine, and there's rumors that this thing could, go international, like large scale, like worldwide. We got all kinds of craziness going on right now. Guess what? People are thinking about, what if, what if? Here's a crazy story. Just saw it on social media over the weekend. 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, needed my tires on my Lexus rotated. Went to Discount Tire. They did the rotation, talked to the guy, David, behind the counter. Didn't know him, no idea who he was, just some young kid, super nice, super helpful. David gets my tires rotated, boom, I'm off. Social media this weekend. See a face pop up. Here's the cremation and memorial services for David so-and-so. I'm like, where do I know this kid from? Start doing a little stalking, just trying to figure out, how do I know this kid? Assistant manager at Discount Tire. 2.5 weeks ago, he rotated the tires on my car. He's like 19 years old, sharp kid, young kid. Rotates the tires on my car. Had no idea that within 10 days, 12 days later, dude was going to be in an ATV accident and gone. 19 years old, gone. Never going to walk this earth again. Never going to draw another breath. Family is mourning his life at 19 years old. Don't tell me people don't need life insurance. Don't tell me people don't want life insurance. Are they all thinking about it like they should? Probably not. But guess what? You have a golden opportunity right here with people all over this country that are thinking about, I need my family taken care of. I need coverage on my family members. This is important. This is going to happen. We're not guaranteed when, and we need help. And we got agents that'll sit on their freaking ass all day long and sit there and bitch about everything else, but they won't pick up the phone and go to work. And I'm telling you right now, pardon me if the language is a little excessive. I get fueled up. I get fired up when I hear and I see about agents that have a perfect opportunity. They just got to go to work, just do the do, keep it simple. And they want to sit there and complain about why they're broke and complain about everything else. And they won't go to work. They won't pick up the phone and make phone calls. They won't get in the car and go see people. 5-year-old lead, lady's been waiting around for somebody to come help her out, and we finally got in touch with her. Well, I don't know about the other agents that tried to before. I don't know about any of that. What I do know is this business works, and there's people that are asking for our help. And the question is, one, do you believe it works? Because it does. It does. 100% it works. You can ask anybody on those leaderboards. This business works. So if you don't believe it works, you need to fix that right here at 1:35 Eastern time on February the 28th. This business works. Believe it. Got it? Boom. Done with that. Step 2, have a positive attitude. Have a positive attitude. If everybody on this list of leaderboards is going out and killing it, there's nobody on there that's doing it because they're better than me. Nobody. I can compete with the best of them. I've just got to be willing to go work the business that we've already determined works. Okay. Positive attitude. 3, as soon as we get off this phone call, what are you going to do? I got clients I'm calling. I'm golfing later. Be clear. I'm going golfing with my wife later. I've got the hottest cart girl in the world and we're going golfing. But I've got clients before that I'm reaching out to, that I'm setting up for the week and that I'm going to take care of. Why? Because they need our help. They're asking for it. And that's what we do. So I'm going to work. These people on these leaderboards, bet you my life insurance license that when we get off this phone call, they're going to work. They're 100% going to work because they believe it works. They've got a positive attitude and they're going to work. So here's my question for you as I wrap this thing up right here. And Omar, if you're on, if you want to wrap it up, that's fine. I'm going to just leave off as soon as I'm done here. I'll let you close it. But here's my question for you guys as we wrap it up today. Are you going to be like the people that are out there killing it because they believe this thing works and they're keeping a positive attitude and they're going to work, they're keeping it simple? Are you going to be like them? Or are you going to be like the ones that are still broke and bitching and complaining about why they haven't made any money and why they're not doing anything? There's only those two types of people. I don't care if you're trying to build a massive agency. I don't care if you're just trying to do it as a part-time extra income to save up for kids' college funds and you've already got a full-time job that you love and you just don't want to let go of. That's fine. I don't care. I don't care. But what you want out of this business, whether it's big time, full time, or whether it's part time, just good extra money, whichever end of the spectrum or anywhere in between that you want out of this business works. It's up to you to determine, am I going to put into it what I want to get out of it? So at the end of the day, you can be like the ones that are making it happen, whether full time or part time. or you can be like the ones that are wishing it was happening, but they're staying broke because they're staying on their ass and staying lazy and making excuses. You can make excuses, or you can make money and make a difference. What's it going to be? Love you guys. Omar, I'm out. Thanks, guys. Love you.
Mark, thank you. Thank you. I don't know about y'all, but like I'm goosebumps. I'm fired up. Like I love that kind of talk. I love when Mark can come on here and I can jump on a call that he's on, because I know he's going to bring that. He's going to bring that passion and that fire like that. There's no, it's not luck, right? Like when Mark's a #1 and #2 producer, not just on our team, but in the entire company, it's not luck, right? It's a choice. It's a decision that he made a long time ago, right? And y'all can see it. Y'all can see why he's so successful. He cares so deeply about what he does. I love it. Thank you for imparting that on us, Mark. So I'm ready to get back to work. I don't know about y'all, but I love that you're here. Keep coming back, keep getting this training, keep getting people speaking into you like that. We all need that from time to time. I know I need it. So I'm excited. I'm ready to get back to work. So I'm going to go do that, and we will see y'all next week. Love you.